Bees are the most important insect pollinators. Typically bee-pollinated flowers have a delicate, sweet fragrance. Hello viewers. Welcome to the YouTube channel. In this video we will discuss Class 12 or 2nd PUC Biology Chapter 1, that is Sexual Reproduction in Flowering Plants. Part 5. From Basic to Advanced Level, for Board, CET, and NET. Do support for more updates. So watch till end, don't forget to comment, share, subscribe the channel. Class 12th Physics Class. Video link is given in description, don't miss it. Today, starts with Pollination in Vallisneria. Let's start. Pollination in Vallisneria. Vallisneria is a dioecious plant. Flowers are unisexual. Male flowers are detached from mother plant and reach the water surface. Pedicels of female flowers are long and coiled, and due to uncoiling, they also reach the water surface. Male flowers are carried to the female flower by water currents, and when it comes in contact with the female flower, the pollen grains are deposited on the stigma and pollination occurs on surface of water. Pollen grains in many such species are long, ribbon-like, and they are carried passively inside the water. Some of them reach the stigma and achieve pollination. Next. Zoophily. Animals are also responsible for pollination, and this phenomenon is called zoophily. Here, bees, butterflies, flies, beetles, wasps, ants, moths, birds, that is sunbirds and hummingbirds, and bats are the common pollinating agents. Majority of insect-pollinated flowers are large, colorful, fragrant, and rich in nectar. When the flowers are small, a number of flowers are clustered into an inflorescence to make them conspicuous. Animals are attracted to flowers by color or fragrance. Let's study one by one. 1. Entamophily. The pollination occurs by insects. The flowers producing nectar and fragrance, with bright colors, attract the insects. The flowers of Asteraceae and Labiatae families are generally pollinated by the bees and butterflies. For examples: grasses, date palm, coconut, mulberry, cannabis, urtica, poplar, etc. The insect pollination flowers develop certain adaptations. They are: 1. Large-sized flowers. 2. Bright-colored petals. 3. Scent and odors. 4. Edible pollen. 5. Nectar in special glands. Let's see the examples of various agents of pollination. 1. Pollination by bees. Bees are the most important insect pollinators. Typically bee-pollinated flowers have a delicate, sweet fragrance. Bees are attracted to bright colors, primarily yellow and blue. Red appears dull to them, but they can see UV radiations. Many bee-pollinated flowers have ultraviolet marking called nectar guides that help insects locate the nectarines. 2. Pollination by moths and butterflies. Moths and butterflies detect odors, and the flowers they pollinate are often sweetly fragrant. Butterflies perceive many bright colors, but moths' pollinated flowers are usually white and yellow, which stand out at night when moths are active. A yucca plant is typically pollinated by a single species of moth with appendages that pack pollen onto the stigma. The moth then deposits eggs directly into the ovary. The larvae eat some developing seeds, but this cost is outweighed by the benefit of an efficient and reliable pollinator. 3. Pollination by flies. Many fly-pollinated flowers are reddish and fleshy, with an odor like rotten meat. Blowflies visiting carrion flowers mistake the flowers for a rotting corpse and lay their eggs on it. Next. 2. Ornithophily. It is pollination by birds. There are only a few bird-pollinated flowers. Hummingbird and the honey thrush feed on the nectar of flowers of bignonia. Example: Strelitzia, bombax, silk or cotton tree, that is semel, erythrina, that is coral tree, calistman, that is bottlebrush, Butea monosperma, eucalyptus, grevillea, agave aloe, bignonia, tobacco, viscum, banana, etc. Next. 3. Chiropterophily. The pollination occurs by bats. Bat-pollinated flowers, like moth-pollinated flowers, are light-colored and aromatic, attracting their nocturnal pollinators. Most of the flowers that are pollinated by bats have long pedicels and produce copious nectar and are dull-colored, and many of them open only at night. Bat flowers characteristically have either very strong fermenting or fruit-like odors or musty scents resembling those produced by bats to attract one another. Example: Anthocephalus, Kadamba, Kigelia, sausage tree, bohiniac, Adapsonia, Missa. 4. Malacophily. It is pollination by snails and slugs. It is common in plants such as chrysanthemum, limna, arum lilies, Ericema, evolvulus. 5. Ophiophily. It is pollination by snakes. Example: Centellum, Michelia. Next. Floral awards. To sustain animal visits, the flowers have to provide rewards to the animals. Nectar and pollen grains are the usual floral rewards. For harvesting the rewards. In some species, floral rewards are in providing safe places to lay eggs. An example is that of the tallest flower of Amorphophilus. The flower itself is about 6 feet in height. The nectar consists of sugar, mainly sucrose, fructose, and glucose, but also organic acids, volatile oils, polysaccharides, proteins, enzymes, alkaloids, and amino acids. Now let's see some outbreeding devices. Majority of flowering plants produce hermaphrodite flowers, and pollen grains are likely to come in contact with the stigma of the same flower. Continued self-pollination result in inbreeding depression. Flowering plants have developed many devices to discourage self-pollination and to encourage cross-pollination. Dichogamy. In some species, pollen release and stigma receptivity are not synchronized. Either the pollen is released before the stigma becomes receptive, or stigma becomes receptive much before the release of pollen. For example, protogeny, banyan, peepal, custard apple, magnolia, michelia. Hercogamy. In some other species, the anther and stigma are placed at different positions so that the pollen cannot come in contact with the stigma of the same flower. Both these devices prevent autogamy. The third device to prevent inbreeding is self-incompatibility. This is a genetic mechanism and prevents self-pollen from the same flower or other flowers of the same plant from fertilizing the ovules by inhibiting pollen germination or pollen tube growth in the pistil. Another device to prevent self-pollination is the production of unisexual flowers. If both male and female flowers are present on the same plant, such as castor and madge, monoecious, it prevents autogamy but not geitonogamy. In several species such as papaya, Male and female flowers are present on different plants, that is, each plant is either male or female, dioicy. This condition prevents both autogamy and geitonogamy. In the next video class, start with pollen-pistil interaction. So don't forget to subscribe the channel for more.